Well, I'm actually Miguel the author, but my name is Shay Gibbs. I've always been a writer. All my life, since I was probably about 9 years old, I would write poetry. Uh,
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome today to KRC's Bookstore. KRC Bookstore's Book Fair. We are going to be rolling today. We have some amazing authors with us today. We're going to bring them on and they're going to tell you about their books and they're going to tell you about themselves and all them wonderful things. So let me real quickly get started and introduce myself first. My name is Tammy M. Lilly. And I am the owner of KRC Companies. KRC Companies consist of KRC Tax and Business Services, where we offer services for your tax preparation needs as well as your business needs. Please reach out to me if I can't help you. I definitely can get you to the right person who can help you. I am a big advocate of networking and sharing and supporting. You will see me if you get an opportunity to see me on Facebook. You'll see me hashtag support begin support because that's just what it is. I'm a big advocate of supporting. I believe that if you support others, support will come back to you. So, without any further ado, again, my name is Tammy M. Lilly, and what the business that we're talking about today is KRC Bookstore. KRC Bookstore is a bookstore that is about promoting our Black authors that promote positive Black images for our children and to inspire, empower, and educate our adults as well in their endeavors, whether it's faith based, whether they like to do positive affirmations, whatever it is, we believe in inspiration and empowerment. So, tell you a little bit about myself and how I got on this journey. I've been a tax professional for the past over 20 years, and just last year, a little bit before the pandemic happened, I went to an event, and the young lady was talking about being an author, being an author. How do you set your part self out from being an author? And I've always wanted to find my own lane in things. I'm one of those type of people that I believe in business as usual, but I also believe in being compassionate to people, even in being in business. But being an author just really resonated to me. Set yourself apart from everybody else. As you know, we are in tax preparation season, and we have a lot of tax professionals and so-called tax professionals who have never been in an industry, don't know anything about anything, and they're just merely doing data entry. So we have a whole lot of different type of tax professionals, tax preparers that are out there. So how do I set myself apart off of the others? So I wrote my very first book called Why Your Refund is So Low, and this is a book that helps out with foundational things in your business. It talks about your follow-up game. It talks about your how you keep your records. It talks about all those foundational things that you need to be doing when you first open up your business. Unfortunately, because when you open business up, your money may not be as long as you want it to be. So a lot of things you have to do yourself. You have to put on those mini hats. You have to do those phone calls when you don't feel like doing those phone calls. You have to do the things that you may not necessarily like doing, the non-romantic portion of being a business owner. And that's what this book, it helps you out with preparing to prepare taxes. So that's why it's named Why Your Refund is So Low. And then I wrote a couple of devotionals, well, three devotionals, one just recently released, as well as a women empowerment book. And so now I'm in a position of having four, at the time at three books, as well as an ebook. I was like, okay, that's a bookstore. Bookstore has various books. Sometimes bookstores have more than one book. So I'm a bookstore. I feel like I was a bookstore by myself. So, my thing is, how can I bless others in the midst of what I'm doing? So I create the platform of KRC Bookstore, and so now this is what you see today. Um, A little bit later on, you'll see more of the books behind me, because I'm still setting up because I'm doing a lot of things. Because actually, tomorrow I'm having a vision board party. And like I said before, that's why I'm in, in the area where I'm at now. So, running around trying to get those things situated, buying food, and all those kind of things that we do to make our event successful. That's what I was doing. So, um, later on you'll see the books behind me, but I want to be to tell you a little bit more about the books as well. But I want to go ahead and get started and get some of our authors on the line so you can hear about them and their books. So we have a few authors who are online with us. I'm so excited. To me, it doesn't matter if it's one, two, three, or 12. It doesn't matter to me. I just get so excited about what people are doing and how I can bless them. And my thing is, if I bless you, blessings come back to me, because that's just the way, to me, how the world works. So
Yes.
we're going to go ahead and get started with our very first author. And I'm going to open up the floor for her to introduce herself and tell about her book. She's going to show you her book. She's going to let you look at the book, and she's going to tell you about what got her in that position. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and open up the floor for Miss Rigel. Thank you so much, Rigel, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it. Um, my name is Miguel the author, um, aka Shay Gibbs, and I've always been a writer. I wrote poetry as a young girl. I was always journalized my thoughts. So writing was my getaway. Writing was my escape. Last year, well, no, 2020 was the time that I sat down and decided that I'm going to write my book. I knew all along for many, many years that I was going to write my book. So while COVID got started and a lot of things shut down, it gave me the time to sit down and concentrate on writing my book. This is the finished product. From a hustler's life to the pastor's wife. Some call it a memoir, which I think it truly is. Some say it's a biography, but it reads like urban fiction. This is the back of the book. And basically, the book pretty much covers my life and what I went through. And it is a lot. The book actually will take you on a whirlwind journey of devastating family secrets, danger, the fast life, and redemption. I was approximately 9 years old when I knew that I was different, because I have green eyes. Everybody else in my family has brown eyes. And when I asked my mother where I got my green eyes from, she said my grandmother, her eyes were gray. Just to give you a little tidbits here and there about the book. But that didn't resonate with me too well. When I was approximately 11 years old, my best friend told me that we were sisters and that we had the same father. That was a terrible family secret, that to hear from somebody, my friend, and then to go home from school and ask my mother about it, to be told that that was a lie. So from the time I was 9 years old until I got the truth at 50 years old, I carried that around with me. I also talk about a lot of abusive relationships that I was in. My first marriage, I was married in the mafia. My second, which I married because I really thought that when a man buys you and just gives you the world, that that was love. I was naive. I didn't know any better. And I found out that that is not love. Second time I married, I did marry for love, and that didn't work out either. Uh, and then the third time, which I said I never was going to get married again, I married my friend that I've known since we were 7 and 8 years old. The book, at each chapter of the book, I do talk about at the end of the chapter my feelings, what I was experiencing when I went through what I went through in each chapter. Um, I sold drugs as a way. I always kept a 9 to 5, but I had deadbeat fathers, and I had 2 children. Then eventually I had 3. Um, so I sold drugs on the side for extra money, just to keep from having to ask anybody to help me. I had a lot of pride during that time, and I made some very bad choices. But I knew how to pray, and I knew that everything that I was going through in every stage of my life, I always prayed to God. I knew God. The old saying, "God watches over babies and fools," that is true, because I made a lot of foolish mistakes. And at the time when I was going through what I was going through, I didn't understand it. But it took me to get to this point in my life and be married to my husband 10 years Valentine's Day, um, that I realized why I went through what I went through. Because as I became the woman of God that I am today, all that I went through in my lifetime, I could talk to people, encourage people, and tell them real stories about how I made it over with the help of God and my faith and believing in Him. That's where I got my strength. I also talk about in my book. I have a mentally disadvantaged son. I've lost a son, and I also talk about my daughter who is gay. That is a lot to have to go through being a single mom. And a lot of mothers go through a lot of things today with their children that, some disown their children because of some of the choices that their children have made. But that's not what we should do. We should love on them anyhow because God gave them to us, not disown them. So, again, this book, although it does say it's from a hustler's life to the pastor's wife, hustling is something that I did do that a lot of people can relate to because it's going on even now. But I'm not hustling uh, drugs anymore. I'm hustling my book. This book is an eye-opening experience for some. I've had people to tell me after reading the book that they can't believe all that I talk about in the book happened to one person, and I'm still alive to tell it. And this nobody but the grace of God is the reason why I'm still here and able to even share my story today. I do believe that is my purpose, and that's what I will continue to do. Um, I am right now working on the screenplay for the book with a company out of California. I thought I'd be able to get by with them writing the screenplay, but that wasn't the case. I have to write the screenplay. Writing a screenplay and writing a book is two totally different projects altogether. So I do request and usher in your prayers as I sit down to write this screenplay for the book. I do have a team that will be assisting me, but um, I do still again ask for your prayers because this is a big project for me, and that I've stopped and started and stopped and started, but I know I will finish it just like I finished this book. I do appreciate the time that I've been given, Tammy, to sit down and talk about my book and what I've done. Um, I would appreciate it if you go out and purchase it. It is on Amazon, and it's also I have a website that you can go to, regaltheauthor.info. You can purchase it through the website as well. Thank you.
Well, that is awesome. You know, God has a way of um, protecting you in the midst of what you're doing, even when you're in the wrong. He has a way of protecting you until you get your thing together.
Yes.
And he uses what you've been through, uses your wrongs, and gives you it to utilize it to be a life lesson, to be to bless others in the midst of what they're doing, even when they're in the wrong, and let them know that, hey, I made it. You can too. All you got to do is make the effort.
And believe.
So, yes, ma'am, indeed, 100%. Definitely thank you so much for sharing your story with us and sharing your book with us. I did not get an opportunity to put the banner up, but please tell us how we can get this book.
Okay. I am on Amazon. It can be purchased on Amazon. And my website is www.regaltheauthor.info.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Now,
Thank you.
what made you want to become an author?
I guess I had been in prayer about wanting to write a book. My husband is an author also. He's written 2 books. Um, and I kept telling him I'm going to write a book. So again, when COVID struck and everybody was in the house in 2020,
Mm,
I sat down at my computer and I said, "Okay, Lord, this is my time. Tell me what you want me to say." And it was just like he brought all my memories that I suppressed for many years to my
mm,
mind, and I just started typing. So I typed the book in probably like a month
mm.
with just the memories that he gave me.
Okay, okay, awesome, awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for stepping up and answering call and being obedient and writing this book. You know, it was something that was in you. It's something just need to bring it out of you, and I
It
know
was
this book is
therapeutic. It was very therapeutic.
okay, okay. Well, that was
Mhm.
gonna be my next question. How did it change you? So it was like therapy for you.
It was therapy for me, and but I will say that I opened up some old wounds for my
Mm,
family, and a lot of my family members were angry and stopped talking to me, were mad at me, using profanity toward me.
mm.
But this was my story,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
because I carried that hurt around for so many years, I still had a smile on my face. A lot of people didn't even know that I went through what I went through because I suppressed it.
Yes, ma'am.
And to be able to tell my story without crying, I knew that I was healed,
Mm.
and it was time
That,
for me to tell my story. Now, one
yes.
thing I can say, as I do go out and I do minister to different people, that especially when they've read my book, uh, what I wasn't prepared for was how people come to me with their stories, and they're crying to me about what they've been through, and how you know listening to me gave them strength to know that they can go on and get through and push through what hurt they've been through. That was kind of
Yes, ma'am.
hard because I'm like, oh my God, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Um, so when I have another thing I can say, when I've had grown men tell me that it brought tears to their eyes, I'm like, okay,
Wow.
I'm do it,
That's
I, it's,
powerful.
I did what I was supposed to do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And sometimes Satan would try to, discourage you by bringing people into your circle or into your circle, your loved ones, your family, and tell you,
Yes,
don't nobody want to hear that. You don't need to tell nobody about that. That ain't nobody business.
exactly,
So,
exactly.
and that's the
That's
way he
exactly what I
works.
went through. That's
Yes, ma'am.
exactly what I went through. And they didn't care that I was hurt.
Mm,
They didn't care that I was hurt.
yes,
They just didn't
ma'am.
want it told.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because that what it does, it brings out things from them, and it brings them to light. And unfortunately, that comes along with the territory, but it's much needed. It's needed.
It's
These
neat.
things need to bring, these deep, dark secrets, these, or what happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. Whatever happened in our family, nobody needs to know about that. And yes, they do. And
Yes.
not necessarily people need to know about it, but people need to know about it so they can heal, so they can not feel alone.
And that I do believe that that's the reason why we have so many adults today that have carried around hurt and trauma from their childhood, that if
Mm,
they would have just seeked help when they were younger, they wouldn't be in the shape that they're in as adults.
yes, ma'am.
Because all of us are damaged.
Yes,
All of us have sinned. None of us are perfect. But those
mm,
family secrets, they you
yes,
carry those around for a lifetime.
yes,
You
ma'am.
really do. And my husband, as a matter of fact, told me my mother was going to take that secret to her grave.
Mm,
But once my father, who she was married to, who raised me, um, passed away in 2013, I decided I was going to confront her again about it. And
yes, ma'am.
she told me the truth. So that's why I say I was 50, I'm 59 now. I was 50 years old when I finally got the truth from my mother.
Mm. And it's amazing, and it's not necessary. that our parents want to hide these things from us, is hurt on their end, when you're going through things and you're going through things with other people, they don't like to bring those things to light because they put that defense mechanism up, they put that wall up, and they block those things out, and that's how they
Exactly.
have maintained for so many years. But at some point in time, you have to take them blinders off, you have to knock that wall down, because what will happen is this same thing that went on will repeat itself,
Most
if you're not
definitely.
careful with it. So,
That is so true.
all righty. Now tell us if they're interested in following you on Facebook or one of the social medias, how would they get out there to follow you?
Okay, I do have a Facebook page, which is Regale. Um, and I also have a Regale the author on Instagram.
All right. Now, if y'all look down the bottom page, that is um the link to route to her website, so you can get that book today. Now, I tell anybody, books are great. Hashtag books are great gifts. So Valentine's season is coming up right around the corner,
Yes, it is.
in 3 days. Even if you don't get this book in time, go ahead and order that book and give that to as an addition to your Valentine's basket. You could take that book and you could just slide it right onto that Valentine basket. You got all that candy and all them different little whatnots in that basket. Books go great in there. Do not
Thank
deceive
you.
yourself. Bless somebody with healing. This will help
Yes,
somebody heal along the way. So please bless somebody with that. So make sure you go to that website and get her book tonight. Mother's Day is coming up. Get it early, for Mother's Day. Father's Day is coming up. You heard what she said. She had, men that, was able to resonate with this. So this makes a great gift. Our men, unfortunately, our Black men are hurting, and they're hurting deeply, and they have
yes,
learned
we
to
are.
mask that hurt. So get them this book, give them the book, um, you get the book for them, read it to them. If you have a significant other, take the book and y'all read it together. This book will definitely bless you significantly. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before we go to the next author, I want to see if you have any additional things you would like to tell us before we move on.
Um, I think this is a great platform. A lot of times, I've been on social media, and especially since COVID, you can't really go on book tours like physically, like are accustomed to doing. So I do appreciate this opportunity to come and be a part of your show, Tammy, and I look forward to working with you again on maybe live the next time. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for getting on with me. And definitely look for much, much more from you. Please keep us abreast on what you're doing, whether if you have any engagements, if we're in your area, we'd definitely love to reach out to you. And where you from?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm gonna be in
Yeah.
that area. Before this year's out, I was looking at February, the end of February. But some things came up, so I may be in the Louisiana area at the end of February, but I would definitely be in Atlanta
Let
very,
me
very
know when you
soon.
come. Let me know.
Yes, yes, ma'am. I sure will. I sure will. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me, sharing your book with us, and definitely look forward to much, much more from you.
Thank you.
All righty. All right, all right. We do have another guest coming up. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to run a commercial real quick, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk to her. All righty. Let's get this commercial rolling for you. All right, all right, all right. That book is one of our commercials that we have that we run during the broadcast. So if you have a commercial, a short video that you would like to have run, please make sure you reach out to me. My name is Tammy M. Lilly. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Please reach out to me. Or you can email me at info@krcbookstore.com. Please reach out to me. Text me or call me at 832-443-8177. Please reach out to me if you do have one. Or if you need a commercial to be done, we do have that option. So we have partnered with amazing video creator who can create one of those beautiful videos for you, whether you are an author, whether you're in a different industry, we can make that happen, as well as you can utilize this platform to run this commercial. Please stay tuned. The next few months, we will definitely be on Apple TV and Rooker. We're gearing up for that. We're super excited about the things we have going on, as well as we have a book tour. As you can hear me telling Miss Rigel, we will be in Atlanta, Georgia area. So if you're in that area, please reach out to me. If you're author and you're looking to do a book signing, we can help you out with that. So we do an array of things in addition to being in the tax industry. So please reach out to me. So, without any further ado, we're gonna bring on our next guest so she can tell you about her book, show her book off to you, tell you about herself, so you can get that book for a Valentine's gift, Mother's Day gift, birthdays, Father's Days. Books make great gifts. Hashtag books are great. Hashtag books are great gifts. And we're about support. Hashtag support begin support. Thank you so much. So we're gonna bring our other guest up, and so she can tell you about herself as well as her book. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next part of this broadcast. So thank you so much. Let's open the floor up for you.
Hey Tammy, how you doing? My name is Trish Tally, and otherwise known as TT, and I'm here on behalf of KRC Bookstores Invitation, and I am the author of Giggle Girl. This book was dedicated to my daughter, Jazz, when she was younger. Her way of coping and getting through things was laughing. And so it's kind of a self help book as well as a children's story that can be read to first graders and can be read alone by second graders all the way to the fifth grade. Um, the back of the book says, "Do you like to have fun? Join Giggle Girl and giggle all day too. Close your eyes and instead of counting to three, giggle on two." I love to giggle. How about you? I'm so excited about this journey and the people that are buying the book and learning how laughter can actually make things feel much better. They say that laughing actually makes you live longer too. Besides me being a children's author, I am also an artist, and I'm in my studio now. This is some of the work that I do. I'm also a poet, and I have 4 volumes of poetry yet to publish, but I have been published in the British Library for my poem, "You Are One." And one time when they are doing a poetry session, maybe I will get to share that poem with you. I also had my first magazine debut by Jennifer. Um, Diaby, and this is Miss Jennifer Diaby. Let me get my camera right, okay? And she is the CEO and author of Growth Women's Magazine. Okay, so you guys should really check her out on Facebook. And I got a chance to do my first article, and it was really cool. I'm getting ready to show you guys. And there I am, and there is the doll and the book. And this is actually my daughter, the real life Giggle Girl. And it was such an amazing opportunity to be able to be interviewed and to learn more about me as the author. One thing that I say is giggling is a way to allow your soul to laugh and to sing and to dance. And it is your inner voice coming out into the light. So I don't know how many times you guys actually laugh a day, but when you are stressed out going through things, just take a breath and laugh. Our children are imitators of who we are, as well as who God intended for them to be. And I am so glad that my daughter picked up laughing. She is an adult now, and she still laughs her little heart out all the time. Um, I am in the Atlanta area near Savannah. I will be having a book signing at a tea house on March the 5th. You can also purchase my book at the BP site dash 326510. And for those of you who don't know, that company is called the Book Patch. And if you put in the search engine, the Giggle Girl, we will pop right up. And I am so excited for everybody to get a look at what Giggle Girl is doing. I also have another book that's already written that I'm working on publishing right now. These are just some of the fun pictures and adventures that are in the book. For anybody that is trying to write a book, screenplay, I would definitely say that going to Fiverr, Fiverr, is a great place to go because they have all kind of services um, as far as illustrations, editing, screenwriting, and just helping you get a website. I am a new author, so I don't have website or social media, and so KRC is really helping me to get myself out there. I was supposed to be with you guys last week, unfortunately, asking your prayers because I've been diagnosed with seizures. So I'm not going to talk too long because I am supposed to be resting, but I could not miss this amazing event to tell you about Giggle Girl and to share myself with the KRC family and its viewers. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time out. And my I definitely hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Yes, you was under the weather, and we did send out a prayer for you.
Thank you.
That you have
Appreciate
a
it.
speedy. You're welcome. That you have a speedy recovery. I know seizures can be quite rough on the body and so forth, rough on the mind. So I pray for your recovery. And definitely we hope you pray and hope you get the seizure disorder under control, whether it's with medication or whatever the situation may be. So
Prayer, lots
definitely.
of prayer.
Yeah, yes, ma'am, definitely for sure. So thank you so much for coming in and sharing your book with us, Giggle Girl. So again, these books make great gifts. Hashtag books are great. Hashtag books are great gifts.
Mhm.
This is a children's book that you can definitely share with your little girl or little boy because laughter is, it is therapeutic. It is important. It's something that you need in your life is laughter. And actually, laughter, takes care of a lot of different illnesses as well. Just taking
Exactly.
the time out to laugh. It takes less muscles to smile than it do to frown. So, yeah, don't let life stress you out. Learn how to laugh at it, and do what you got to do to get through it. So, well, what I know you said your daughter, you and your daughter wrote this book together.
No, I wrote the book. My older daughter inspired me to write
Oh,
the book.
awesome, awesome.
Hmm.
Sometimes our children could be just so amazing. They could bring us the best out of us. So,
Yeah.
um, now, do you have anything coming up soon where we can come out and support or anything like that?
Well, I have the book signing on March the 5th. Of course,
Now,
I had to push it back because of the seizures, but it's going to be at a tea house in Statesboro, Georgia.
okay,
And it's going to be, start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and just run through, just to there. It's a all black owned business, and they're just trying to help me get my book out there.
okay,
I have other health issues, and so I'm not able to work. So just sitting back and allowing the gift that God gave me of creativity,
yes,
and writing, just be put down on paper. And
okay,
I'm so happy to share the things that I write with the rest of the world,
yes,
to make
indeed,
my mark and be able to, just help them with laughter or
yes,
help them, just whisk the time away.
okay, awesome. Now, how far are you from the Atlanta area?
I am actually 3.5 hours from the Atlanta
Okay,
area, so I'm
okay.
closer to Savannah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Well,
Mhm.
definitely, March. We'll definitely,
Big.
make sure we get the information out so they can come out and get their book signed and bring the
Mhm.
babies out and all that kind of stuff. So definitely, if I'm in the area at that time, I'll definitely make my way through. That's not a bad for me. That's not a bad drive. I drive that, with no problem. I live 60 miles outside the Houston, Texas area, and so we do
Right.
this drive quite often. So that
Okay.
don't really bother me much about that time frame, getting there. So we'll definitely try to come out, and we always love to come out and support other Black-owned businesses. So that is something that's definitely something we would love to do. Even we can't make it out for the actual book signing, definitely we'll try to make our way through over there to support, among your other events that you may have coming up. So, for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you guys go to thebookpatch.com and type in the Giggle Girl. And I hope you enjoy this read. I hope you share it with your school libraries, your churches, and let's just get books out there, that our children will enjoy and love.
Yes, ma'am. Indeed. 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 So, thank you so much for joining us on. Well, you're actually, we had a few more guests that was due to come on, but I do understand that sometimes, life takes us in other directions, and we're definitely not. This is not our last, event that we have coming up. We actually have one of these coming up on the 24th of this month. We have another one, as well as another one that's dedicated exclusively for children, for the Black Children's Book Week. It's a wonderful organization that is actually um, trending the hashtag Black Children's Book Week. We're going to do that in commemoration of that particular week. We're going to do on the 28th of February, we're going to do a children's book fair. that is exclusively for children. We
Okay.
do have children books that's all in our bookstore, as well as some adult books. So, just real quick to tell you about some of the books that we have. This is one of our newer books we have in. It's Out of the Darkness. Awesome, amazing books. This book is about breaking the brokenness through prose. So, and then we have business books as well. So we're about education. So this is my book. It's Why Your Refund is So Low. And then we have some financial tips. This is one of our newer books, 20 Tips of Financial Success. This is a book that was written from a young lady. Sometimes, you get these authors that write about these things that they may not necessarily know about. This young lady, I could tell you, this lady lives what she writes. So definitely, this is going to be one of the books that's going to be on our website. Real quickly, our website is www.krcbookstore.com. We're actually on all social medias, KRC Bookstore on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. If you're interested in reaching out to me directly, among the other things that I do is Tammy M. Lilly on all social medias, Twitter, um, Instagram, and Facebook. This is what we do. I live, breathe, and do this. This is what I do. So, we're going to go ahead and close the broadcast out since our very last guest has spoken today. And make sure you see us again on the 24th. We're going to be here. We're going to be bringing you some more books, as well as the 28th. We're going to be bringing you some children's books. Please make sure you go to the website. We do offer a children's book subscription for our children. So we do have children's books as well. This is it's adult coloring book, but it's really good for children. As well as we have this beautiful baby. God is bigger than that. This is one of the books that we have in, among a lot of other books. Um, so
How much
definitely.
is your children's book subscription, Tammy, for KRC?
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna send that information over to you. We have a 6 month and we have a 12 month
Okay.
that we offer for our children books. I don't have any. I don't have the box with me. I normally have my box with me, but traveling, go figure, you forget some things. So I'm definitely going to send the information over to you. I think yeah, I have your email address, and I'm going to send the information over to you in regards to that particular subscription, because I would love to have Giggle Girl off in there, because that is a beautiful book. I
Yes.
love the beautiful puffs, baby. I just want to reach in there and squeeze them little puffs.
Yeah, yeah. That's how her hair was when she was smaller. It was super
Oh,
curly.
oh, too
But this is
cute.
a great platform.
Thank you.
And I think that more people need to know about the platform that you have here.
Yes,
On
ma'am.
Facebook, there is a page called Black Authors, and
Okay.
they are releasing books practically every day, new
Mm,
authors talking to each other and communicating. And I think that KRC would be a great platform for them to
yeah.
get inside of your bookstore,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
and for you to just, have a conversation with and find out, who they are and how they're trying to contribute to the world through writing.
Awesome. Please send me the link. I definitely am always looking for good connections, always looking to collaborate, always looking to network. One of my newer collaborations I have is we have journals. This young lady, she do these beautiful journals. Journals is very, very good to do. She puts these beautiful babies together, and these are handmade. So
Hmm.
you get the book, and you have the plastic covering on the outside, and then she does notebooks. As well as she does business journals as well. I don't have my business journal that she did for me, but she did one, and she did a meeting journal for me. So these are very good, as business owners, and as, an individual, need to get some information out, need to get some out, write it in a book, it's therapeutic, you get mad about something, write it in a book, it helps you keep things in perspective and helps you keep you out of jail so you're not doing bad things. So,
Yes, I will. I will absolutely introduce you to the actual Giggle Girl. Has her own self-help journal that is on Amazon. That's really good too. So I'll introduce you to that book next time that I'm on.
okay, okay. I would
Yeah,
love to. I'm always looking, to collaborate with our authors, and it's so important that we get this information out there. It's so important that our children see, books that represent them, because unfortunately, in past times, a lot of times we didn't see books that had children and seen people that looked like us, so it made us feel like we didn't matter or we wasn't a
mhm.
part of. And so I'm so super excited that a lot of our authors are changing that. And this platform that's been created, by the grace of God, given to me by God, is to, help get that information out there, because I definitely work diligently to always try to get this information out there, because the bookstore will be at the vision board party tomorrow. So while
Okay,
we're talking about some visions, they're gonna be looking at these books, that some of these books I got behind me. So
okay.
so, so that's
And you
definitely what we do.
definitely send me the information where I can send you a copy of the Giggle Girl.
I sure will.
And also, just want to say, that it's our job as authors um, to become a family and a village
Hmm.
for not only the adults but the children,
Indeed.
to be a guiding light to help them get to the beauty that is just bubbling inside of them, to get it
Yes.
to burst out. And
Yes, ma'am.
so it is so important that we all just kind of stick together. And that's why I think that KRC is an amazing platform to do that.
Thank you. I try. I try. I just allow God to lead me. And I know if I allow Him to lead me, I can't go astray. I can't go wrong if I allow Him to lead me.
Absolutely.
So definitely. But thank you so much. I'm definitely will be with you. We're gonna do this on the 24th. So if you feel up to it, I would love for you to be on with us. As well as I send the information over to you.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. Um, we definitely appreciate you being with us and getting on with us. Please, when you see this run, please make sure you share it. If it's not running live, please share this with somebody that you know that needs to, either whether they're author, whether they're reader, whether they're not a reader. Reader, if you're not a reader, you need to become a reader, because guess what? The Bible tells us that our people perish due to the lack of knowledge. Where's knowledge at? Knowledge is in a book. So definitely pick up a book, read it, be inspired. Um, it'll help you work you through things. If you're feeling sad, you can pick a book up and read it, and all those good things. So hashtag books are great. Hashtag books are great gifts, and hashtag support begins support. So thank you so much, everybody, for getting on and listening. We will be here 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time on the 24th of February. If you're interested in participating, please reach out to me where we get you lined up. If you have a commercial you would like to run on this platform, please reach out to me. We will hook you up. If you don't have a commercial and you want a commercial, please reach out to me. We will hook you up. We'll get that commercial, and the commercial will be yours. So it won't just be to run on this platform, it will be yours to utilize on your social media, on your YouTube, whatever it is that you use to promote your business. Please reach out to us and we'll make sure you get squared away. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all the faithful listeners. Um, Everyone have a very blessed day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.